So here's the truth. We're a little bit intimidated and scared to death to use our credit card points. We have had this strategy to accumulate points for years. We decided this year we're going to start spending those points, and boy, oh boy, has it been frightening.
Yeah, and it's not only frightening, it's like you just feel like you're doing it wrong. And we know so many of our friends that they are so smart and they have incredible strategies and incredible ideas. And here's little Chris and Steve. By the way, I'm Steve. This is Chris. We are EatWalkLearn. Anyways, we are like, okay, should I take this hotel room? Should I use my points for this airline?
Are we getting the right redemption? Are we booking it on the right platform? It's
what is redemption?
Yeah.
So we want to share with you what our strategy has been for the last year. I think you're going to get a lot of value out of it, as much value as we've gotten from our credit card points.
Yeah. So first, before we even get into all the credit card stuff, we just want to say a couple of caveats. Number one is, if you want to use credit cards and do all this hacking and all this strategy and get all these points, you have to be paying your credit card off each month in order for this to be doing well for you. And if you're somebody that has a problem with debt, this is not a situation that you want to get into. We also want to acknowledge that we know that we are very fortunate and privileged that we can use these credit card hacking systems because first of all, because we're Americans, and second of all, because we're in the position to be able to do that. There's a lot of people out there, maybe they're American, maybe they're not, that for whatever reason can't take advantage of these hacking systems, and we just want to honor that we are very grateful for that. So, okay, so how many so what's in your wallet, honey?
What's in your wallet? So I say we've got probably about a dozen credit cards, but in the past year, specifically, we've gotten 6 new cards.
Right.
And each one of those cards come with sign-up bonuses. Now, if you know anything about credit cards, you can't necessarily compare 2 cards because the point redemptions and the values are different. So I can't say we got X number of points because that really doesn't mean anything. We've got a combination of Chase cards that get Chase reward points, and we have hotel cards like Hyatt
and Marriott.
And So those are the value of those points vary wildly, and so that's one of the things that a little bit intimidates us a little bit. That we'll tell you a couple of stories about. But in total, you know, credit cards cost something. So in total, we paid $879 in annual fees. $859
and annual fees
and sign-up fees for all of our credit cards combined.
So I remember way back when I first started thinking about credit cards, I'd be like, why would anybody even spend money to get a credit card? Like, why am I giving a bank money for them to, like that didn't make sense to me. But so the reason why we have cards that have annual fees on them is because they have a lot of benefits that are worth more than the annual fees. For example, a big benefit that a lot of people use is like travel insurance, or car rental insurance.
Lounge passes.
There's a lot of different benefits that we've been able to take advantage of that are worth more to us than $895. If we had to pay for those actually with cash, it'd be way more money.
But stay tuned. So we told you it cost us $859. What was the benefit that we got from getting those 6 credit cards and having the credit cards that we have? We'll reveal that in a minute.
At the end of the video, you're going to see a big number for how much value we actually got for the year. You know, and if you watched our video last week or 2 weeks ago, you saw that we spent $52,000 annually. Well, the reason why we spent $52,000 is because it was subsidized by our credit cards, and we're going to tell you how much it was, a value of how much it was subsidized by. Okay.
If this is your first time here, we travel the world full time. We just finished traveling the world for our 3rd year, and that's why using credit cards is just the majority of the way that we spend our money and part of our travel lifestyle. Right.
So in the past, our strategy has been to accumulate points. You know, we're like spin, sign up, get a big bucket of points. Now we have a big bucket of points, and we made this last year a goal to try to figure out how to spend them.
So there are 2 ways that you get points. One way that we just talked about is we got 6 new credit cards, and each one of those credit cards have a sign-up bonus, right? So there's this particular amount of money that you need to spend during a certain period, and then you get your bonus award. But most people that are just using their credit cards, they spend money, and that's how they accumulate points. And I know a lot of people that say, yeah, I've had this American Express card for 15 years and I've got all these points accumulated. And my question is, well, you know, if every other year you got a new American Express card, you would have 10 times more points. So I'm going to just show you this graphic here. In the last year, from the 6 new cards we got and from the bonuses,
83% of our points came from sign-up bonuses, and only 17% of our points came from actually spending money. So now that we have told you where they came from, we want to tell you about how we figured out how to use them. So figuring out how to use, I was so intimidated by this. Oh my God, I'm like, all right, I need a hotel, but I don't know if I should go to the Chase travel portal, or I don't know if I should go to the Hyatt place, or I don't know if I should go to Booking and pay cash for it. It freaks me out. And I can hear Steve going, well, what's the redemption value? What's it? And I'm like, I don't even know what a redemption value is. Like, it's just, oh, it's so frustrating.
So it definitely takes a lot of patience. Last year, we were in Maine and we were getting a car. We were driving to Boston. We were going to spend 5 nights in Boston. And we wanted to stay in a hotel for those 5 nights. So it takes a lot of patience to say, well, where are you going to stay? There's a lot of requirements that we have about we wanted to be close to the city, or we wanted to be close to the train line. We don't want to spend a lot of money, and Boston is a very expensive market.
We had a car, so we had to think about parking fees.
Right. So the first thing that I did is looked at Booking.com, $300 a night. We quickly realized that we weren't going to be able to stay really near the center of Boston, and particularly because we had a car, and just parking your car overnight was going to be extremely expensive.
$55 or something.
In fact, $300 was really reasonable. We had to go a little bit outside the city center, so I started looking in Cambridge, wonderful community right outside of Boston, right on the train line, but still was around $300 a night. And then I said, okay, well, let me look at my Chase points. So we'll go into the Chase portal and use.
Wait, I don't understand what that means. What's the Chase portal?
Yeah, so the Chase portal is the ultimate reward points, and it's how you can book hotels, you can book flights, you can book rental cars.
So you go to chase.com and you log in and you go to the travel portal or whatever, and there you find like a travel agency there. And
exactly.
You can search for all the
same thing. So you do a search just like you would do on Booking.com. And in fact, a lot of the same properties come up. And in this, the equivalent property was 113,000 points. And I equated that to about $270 a night. Or if I were to pay cash, because it also shows you the cash price, because you can just buy for cash on the Chase portal as well, was about $300 a night. Again, we keep getting back to that $300 a night for what it is that we were looking for. Thought that was still very high. Again, I didn't want to pay that much. So I looked at my Hilton card, and then I looked at my Marriott card. Marriott had a bonus offer that if you spent 4 nights using points, you got a 5th night free. Again, it's just one of those little things you've got to know about these things, about these little offers that are available in using your points. So we were able to get at using Marriott 153,000 points, which is about 30,000 points per night. And that included getting the 5th night free. And I equated that value to about $150 a night. Again, you can't see points are the same.
I need you to back up a minute. You're like points and values and redemptions. My eyeballs are rolling in the back of my head. Okay. So I think what you said to me was you went to Booking.com. It was $300
a night.
You went to Chase.com. It was also $300. Also at Chase, you found out that we could cash in some points, and the points were a bunch of points. I don't know what you said. It was a big number. Okay. Yeah. And you thought, oh, that's a lot of points. That's a lot of Chase points. And so then you thought, you know what? I'm really interested in this Marriott property, and it's out in Cambridge, and we can park our car there for free. And on Booking, it was $300, and on Chase Travel, it was $300.
So it would also be $300 a night. So we're comparing apples to apples.
Right. So then you went to the Marriott site, and Marriott's also charging $300 or so. But then when you figured out that you could pay with points and you got a free night, you realized that you had enough points on Marriott You cash them in, and the value of cashing all that in made the nightly rate about $150.
And, you know, one of the things that I have to bring up that the value of your points are changing over time. It's what I call inflation.
Yeah.
You know, and the prices of the rooms are going up. This is why it's important to use your points, because you have the same number of points today that you had, let's say, a year ago, but the value, the prices of the rooms are going up because of inflation, which means it costs it more points.
Right. So that was one of our strategies this year. Is we're sitting on this bucket of points. We need to start using them because of losing value. So let's start using them.
Right.
Let's be strategic, and let's get credit cards that are focused on hotels, because this coming year we're going to be staying a lot of time in hotels, and so it made sense for us to get hotel cards.
Yeah, and also just to reiterate what Chris just said, because their numbers were off. But if you want to know what's a Chase point worth, go to Google and say what's a Chase point worth, and it will tell you. I don't want you just to take our number and say, oh, you said it was this, and it's not this, it's that, and it varies. It varies from place to place.
All right. So now that we beat the hotel horse to death, I want to talk about, this was easy for me. Like, this made sense. This was not complicated for me. So I want to talk about our airline situation for last year. So we knew that we were going to be in the States. If you watched our video about where we were last year, we were 5 months in the States. And in that time, we had a bunch of family and friends to visit, because we thought, all right, we're the ones that travel. We're the ones that need to go see our friends and family. And of course, none of them live all in the same city.
No.
They were in Maine, Boston, Florida, Colorado, and California, and Washington. Yeah. So, I mean, they were all over. Well, the good news is that Southwest flies to all the airports that we need to go to see our families. So knowing that we were going to have to fly to all of our family members, 2 years ago, we got Southwest credit cards. So Southwest has this deal that if you get enough points in a certain amount of time, they will give you a companion pass. And a companion pass means you buy one, get one free. So I get to fly, and Steve gets to fly for free. So as my companion, wherever I go, he can go for free. So we figured out how to get these Southwest cards and how many points we need to get. And we got those points through the sign-up bonuses from getting the 2 points. And there's a whole strategy for what time of year you should get them and so on. And you can Google that. Just Google how to get a Southwest companion pass for free. You can Google that. Anyway, that's what we did. We got our cards and we got a bunch of points. So then, and we got the companion pass.
And the companion pass.
So then we flew, good God, we flew, I don't even remember what the routing was, but we went from San Diego to Boston to Denver to Sarasota to Maine to Baltimore to Colorado to Boston. I think it was. Anyway, it was 17 legs. It was worth $3,000. I mean, when we could actually price out the tickets on Southwest, it was worth 17 legs, which were $3,000. And I think it cost us like maybe $225 or maybe $250 for the annual fees to get those points. So that was a win.
Yeah,
and that was easy.
That was a great, and it's a great story, because the result was just so amazing. And I think we still even have some points left over from that.
Yeah, we flew to Aruba on those points, on the extra points. So yeah, so anyway, and so that was easy. I didn't have to worry about redemption values or, should I book them over here or book them over there. I just went straight to Southwest. I saw on my account that I had, 200,000 points or something, and just started booking. And the only thing we had to pay for at Southwest was the taxes and fees.
You do have to pay the taxes.
Generally, it's like $5.60 a leg, unless you come to Aruba and it's like $85 or something, but generally it's $5 a flight. So that was a win.
Yeah, so kind of rewinding a little bit, we got those 6 credit cards and we got those bonuses, and we decided to use our points. Chris just told you about how we did it with the airlines, with Southwest Airlines, but the majority of what we spent money on was like my example that I gave you with hotels.
Yeah.
And do you want to tell them how much we benefited from that?
It's hard to put dollar values on these things, and all of our hacking friends out there are probably calculating all the numbers in their head. They're like, they're going to comment about how we did everything wrong. But the total, we did 45 nights in hotels. We did 17 flights, U.S. domestic flights, actually in Aruba, And the total value of that was $10,000, which only cost us $859 to get. Right? So that, I think, is a win. And so if you look at our budget of the $52,000 actual cash that we spent last year, we actually had a $62,000 life that was supplemented by $10,000 of rewards and points and values from all these different credit cards and sign-up bonuses.
But we have had a great year, again, 45 nights in hotels and 17 plane flights, all using points. And this, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen next year? We might even like rent a car or something, or get a business class flight.
We've only cracked the flights and the hotels. We got cars and cruises and upgraded flights and like all these other places that you can spend your points. We would love your comments. Please comment below. Tell us how we did it wrong. Tell us how we did it right. Ask your questions. Maybe we can help you figure something out. But we hope that you are taking advantage of your bucket of points, and maybe you'll get some free airlines or free hotel nights this year for you as well.